Okay, a very quick one on chapter 10 here. Chapter's called "What is the Meaning of Life?" Or the meaning of life. And the question, and people ask this, and sometimes in a mocking way, and sometimes in an ultimately serious way. It's a classic core philosophical question. But what are we even asking when we say, "What is the meaning? What is the meaning of life?" And I think we get a couple things that circle back to one another. It might be what is important in life. It might be, and you can think about this on your own, perhaps, and pause it if you want here, what we are to learn in life. Maybe what we are to do in life. And I think those are probably the three core ones. What I want to point out is that it really comes down to what is important in life. In this sense, if we're to learn something in life, then it's important that we learn it, perhaps as competing against other things. But it still seems to be a subgrouping of what's important, what it is that we are to learn. What we are to do in a similar fashion speaks to what's important in life, perhaps among other things. And so we get a subgroup there as well. Now, going on, we get the wide open question of what might be meaningful or valuable or important, or of meaning or value or importance in life. We got tons to share, tons to think about on that. The big issue in chapter 10 is how Nagel points out that when we talk about what's the point or meaning or significance of something is, and we fill in the blank with a certain thing, then we can also ask of that certain thing whether or not it's meaningful or valuable, important. And we can, as he says, relentlessly press these questions, and it doesn't take that long before we hit a wall and don't have an exclamation anymore. And that makes it look, at minimum, like, really, it was a nice little story in the end that goes nowhere and doesn't really have any grand meaning or significance. Plenty of ins and outs with that. I'm going to stop here, but I have two key arguments loosely suggested in Nagel that maybe allow there to be meaning in projects to be meaningful in what Nagel might call an outside sense and not just an inside sense, even though in the end he himself, at least as he ends the chapter, rather despairs of that.